Hi, this is Scott with 4D Tech. Today we're in a 21 and newer body style Lincoln Nautilus, and we're going to show you how to install our start-stop eliminator in this vehicle. The start-stop eliminator plugs in line with a module that is in the passenger rear quarter of the vehicle. So we are standing in the rear passenger doorway right now, and we're going to swing around and look at this panel right here. So this rear side load panel in the trunk area, we're gonna just pull out this corner here to access the module behind here, and there will be a couple screws that have to come out so we can get to the connector. To do this, you will simply need a ratchet with a 7mm and 8mm socket. First, we will start to unsnap this panel down and then across here and over these panels to get it to flip out of the way. You simply can get your fingers underneath the edge and get started and unsnap across. And then you'll go down and unsnap as far as you can down here as well. We can work between the passenger rear door and the trunk area to pull out this panel. And you'll just want to get it loose so you're able to pull on it like this. Once you're loose like that, I just brought a small rolled up blanket to kind of stuff up in here. And that's just going to help to hold the panel out and keep this corner right here from rubbing on this panel right here. Once we have that access, we're going to look behind here. Behind this panel, and we're looking at this metal module right here. There's a connector on the bottom side of it that needs to come out, but it's up against something, so we need to swing this module out of the way. To swing the module out of the way, we're going to remove this screw and this screw right here. This one is 7mm and this one is 8mm. So I'm going to remove those two screws and pivot the module up to point the connector on the bottom towards us from the rear passenger door. So now that we have those two screws out and we have the module swiveled up, there's a black connector right here that's on the bottom of the module that we'll want to unplug. The tab is on the outer side of the vehicle here. So we squeeze the tab and unplug the connector. With the connector here, we'll need to plug the start-stop eliminator from 4D Tech into that connector and then into the bottom of the module. And you'll see the device is plugged into there and tucked down below the unit. Next, we'll have to take this unit and swing it back down to line the screws back up. Now with the two screws back in and the module back in place, we'll get this panel snapped back in. We'll remove the blanket we shoved in here to hold the panel out and flex this panel down so that these pieces here, where this panel meets the upper panel, it slides into these little hooks in the corner here. So each pin that is behind here, you can look down and see a white pin, and you'll just want to look down and align it with the hole before you begin to snap it on. You should never have to force a panel back in. All the clips should align and easily clip back in. If it's not clipping back in, you shouldn't push harder, you shouldn't force it or trying to hit it in place. You want to pull the panel back out and then realign the pins again and try again. Now that the device is installed, we'll start up the vehicle for the first time here. When we start the vehicle, you'll see on the cluster, it'll say auto start deactivated by switch. And then the system is automatically deactivated now. If you were to enter the vehicle settings menu in the Sync 4 system, you will see that it's toggled off as well. So now you see how to install the Start Stop Eliminator in the 21 Plus Lincoln Nautilus. I'm Scott with 4D Tech. Thank you for checking out our video.